Good morning. I thought that a great topic to talk about today is how to stay fit when you've got sick children. So currently my son has been vomiting on and off, and we've been to the doctors, been to the hospital, and just kind of monitoring him right now. So the question is, how do you stay fit when your family is sick? On top of that, my husband's also sick too. It's great. It's a great time. So right now, as you can see, I'm walking my son in the pram. He's all rugged up inside, and it's not cold. You may look it. It's just foggy, and you might get a bit of rain, which is really nice. So the first thing there's a couple of things that I think about before I start doing my exercise, and it's just to monitor my son. So obviously he has a bit of a sensitive stomach, so I won't do any running. I'm just walking. I've got a 12 kilo bar dumbbell in the bottom of the pram, so just feel like I'm moving my body or like just pushing it a little bit, especially when we go up the hills. So that's one, is to make sure that your child will be okay when you're running around, or like, well, not running around, but when you're working out. The next thing that I think about is, okay, what can I do in this circumstance to still test my body, but not to disrupt my son? And so that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just walking up the hills. Our area is pretty hilly, so that's pretty good. And just walking him. Won't want him to vomit anymore. So that's the next thing that I think about. Another great thing when it comes to walking your babies when they're sick outside is that they're exposed to really good bacteria and get some fresh air. It's great for their immunity. So just being outside is just great. My son has never been sick more than maybe half a day normally. I think right now we don't know what he's got, why he's vomiting, but it is what it is. So yeah, so we're going up a hill. So a question that I've been asked is like, how long do I walk Nahi around? I actually just have a small little kind of route that I go around in my area. Approximately, it's not far, it's not long at all. It's probably not more than like 500 meters. Oh, I don't know. But because, see that, we just walked up that. You can hear I'm puffed. So an indicator is, how do you know that, you're getting fitter whilst you're doing things that are a little bit more mild than what you'd normally do? It's just to make sure that you're puffed. If you're not, then you've got to change something. And normally that's like if you're going up a hill, add more weight, or do something, I don't know, I just play around with it. Another question that I've had is like, aren't I scared of what people think of me around my area? No. My neighborhood, I'm pretty sure, like, has seen me around since we've moved. And so I don't know. I don't ever think about what my neighbors think of me. My neighborhood's pretty alright. More so I get compliments for doing what I'm doing, and many people have stopped me to compliment and to see my baby. So it has been more of a confidence build, I'll say, than to be worried about what people think of me in my neighborhood. So if you're worried to go for walks or runs, you'd be surprised on how many people are all for what you're doing, especially when you're an active parent. Everyone knows that it's important to stay active, especially when you're raising children. or for the rest of your life anyway, but many people will applaud than to ever pull you down. And if they ever pull you down, most of the time that they're unhappy and unfit themselves. So don't look at people who are not at a stage where they can compliment. So that's a thing that I don't know, think about. Plus, they don't live your life, so it doesn't even matter whether they compliment you or not, or pull you down or not. It is your life, and so you make the best of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish off my lap around, and I'm just gonna stop at the park. He seems pretty well. He's just sleeping. That's great. All right, so just heading to the park. The park's right in front of me right now. All right, so there's a couple of things that I think about when most of the time I actually just make the exercises up on the spot, and they're normally repetitive, so I don't think too much about them. So today we're gonna do pull-ups is always gonna be part of it. I was thinking of doing pull-ups, lunge splits, and something else. I haven't figured out what the other part is. I'm normally at the other park that I can do dips, but I'm at this one because it's closer to my place. I know. That's another thing. When my son's sick, I like to stay really close just in case I have to immediately go home. Though, even though I know it's not going to happen, we're just going to do it. We're just going to play around with it. So yeah, might just do those two today, and maybe later on today I'll go to the other park, which is what I do anyway. So normally we go to the park twice a day. One, my son loves it, and we just prefer to be outside. And because we're at home, I create some activities that are close. So I'm just grabbing the kettlebell. Okay, yeah, I know. We don't necessarily like staying inside all the time, and if we ever do, it's only because I need sleep, or my son, or we just need to sleep, or my son's sick-ish. Like really, really sick. I cannot be outside. That looks like we're getting a bit of sprinkle, which is great. Pull them in a little bit. Okay. So I'm just gonna put that there. So this exercise is probably gonna only last for a couple of minutes. I'm not gonna be out here for too long. So even though this has been great, got things to do, gotta clean up. So the biggest indicator that I do is I only monitor my heart rate and how puffed I get. So if I don't get so puffed, then I'm doing something wrong. I don't necessarily count or do many reps or sets. I just try and push my body to past its limit, and then that's me. Yeah. So I normally stretch, but today's just one of those off days. This is the time where I think about a lot of things, and a lot of it is like, okay, what are we doing today? What's the plan? Oh, Christmas beetle. I'm actually supposed to be at work today, but because my family's sick, staying, so now it's like plan B. I'm thinking about gotta clean the house, make the bed because put the sheets off because my son told me to on them. So right now, I guess I'm moving to a thought of, okay, let's stretch this because this feels pretty tight. Fun fact, for those who aren't from Australia or don't know, but we get these little Christmas beetles. And they only come around Christmas time. And they're called Christmas beetles because they kind of like have this little colour that they have. Sometimes you get like some green and some reds and Christmas colours. So, I don't know. And they're harmless, they don't do anything. Anyways, fun thought. Oh, so many Christmas beetles here. Alright. So, normally, oh my god, there's so many of them here. This is cool. Okay, so normally I do 2 sets, even though I said that I don't really do any. But what I normally do before I add weight is I just kind of get into the motion. Just so that my body's ready to do its best for the next set. So normally what I do is first set is kind of just a warm up into the exercise set, feel it, get ready, so that the next set is my best set. And just do as many as I can. But I don't want to kill these beetles because they're so pretty and harmless. There's so many here. So. Alright. Oh, shirt. This is my husband's shirt. That's annoying. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna just do a couple more. Breathe it in. 1, 2. That's me. Man. Okay, so at this point, I let myself recover so I can do the next exercise. And so many would know that splits are great. They take care of the back area, front area, the lower part of this area, and actually a little bit of here. So that's really good. Yeah. because I did pull-ups yesterday with my son, I know I probably shouldn't be doing them. I should probably be resting, but because I'm limited with equipment, I'm just gonna do them, and I'll just do one set. That's my best set, and that will be it for this morning. Yesterday was so hot, so it's great, that's cool, but apparently today it's meant to be 35 degrees, so that's not going to be fun. Okay, so pull that. When I do my pull-ups, I kind of just muck around for a little bit. I take my time. So sometimes I forget to take my ring off, and I do that because the bar, when you pull up, it pulls my skin in and it just hurts. And the ring puts pressure on my finger, and sometimes I just look at the bar and I'm just like, okay, I got this. Like a lot of my videos now, and even in the past, like I show a lot of like when I'm at my best, and I guess this is all content of when I'm just I know that it's just one of my requirements for myself to just make sure that I am moving my body, that I'm still testing it, even though it's not at its peak right now. It'll probably be in the afternoon. And so I've got energy, and so I still feel great. And all like those things are out of many other things, is why I exercise every day. And philosophies have changed over time. I used to be pretty crazy. I mean, crazy is probably not the right word. I'd say pretty unsafe with my exercises. I would just do them because everyone else was doing them too. I thought the more I could do was the better I looked, the fitter I was, which is not necessarily true. Before my son, I only could do like 3 pull-ups, and they weren't even strict. And I haven't been able to pass my 8, but 8 reps is the best I can do since I've had my son, and I couldn't do any pull-ups during my pregnancy, or even I could do my first pull-up, I think it was like 7 to 8 months after I had my son. So philosophies have changed so that, one, that they're safer, 2, that they're the quality of the exercise is more of the quantity, and strength is much more. I would say I'm much more stronger. I'm more stronger than I was before my son, and so that's why I like to take my time to fully recover, because this set, now I'm feeling I've got the energy for, is going to be my best set, as in every part of my body will be moving, and I'm going to feel amazing, which I do every time I do a pull-up. Here we go. Go sneeze. I can't. Oh man. Oh man. Sometimes I just need to And then this is the neck. Okay. Here we go. Yep, 4 today. That was great. Well, I'm going to do some more stretches, but thank you for watching. And yes, I am wearing pants, obviously. But that is sometimes just what I do when I don't have much energy, or when my son's sick, or when the day is just not going as it's supposed to. So yeah, there we go.